Here we go. We are live. Hello, everybody. Lydia here. This is my business page. How are you all doing? Thank you following my page, liking my page, and commenting. I appreciate you so much for your support. As you know, I bring successful online business owners to my page to share experience about their online business. Today, I have Paulo, very successful digital business coach from Canada. Welcome, Paulo.
Yeah. Thank you, Lydia, for having me. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. Are you in Vancouver right now?
I am, yes, yeah. So I live in Vancouver, but originally, so I was born in the Philippines, but I moved to Calgary when I was 6 months old. So I grew up in Calgary for 20 plus years and moved around. Like I moved to Vancouver, no, sorry. I went from Calgary to LA to back to Calgary, Calgary to Vancouver, Vancouver to London, England, England back to Calgary, Calgary back to Vancouver. So I've lived in multiple places. Yeah, no, it's been interesting. I love living in other cities, and I'm hoping to do that some more, sometime at the end of the year, next year. So, but yeah, no, Vancouver's home for me now for a little bit.
Awesome. So you been in LA, huh?
Yeah, I've been to LA because I've got a lot of family down there. I've got tons of relatives, basically pretty much all of the Los Angeles area, like the greater Los Angeles area, some in San Francisco. I've been down there probably once or twice a year since 1987. So that's my second home.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
I love LA. It's my favorite place. I
yeah,
want to move San Diego one day. That's my plan. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's very nice. How's the weather out there today?
The weather here is really good. It's been last week it was I'm trying to convert in Fahrenheit. It was around maybe almost 70 degrees, which is pretty good for Vancouver. I mean, it should be a bit warmer, but it's been a cold sort of time of the year. But the cherry trees, the blossoms came out. The magnolia trees have blossomed. We've had tulips and daffodils already come out already. So that's the reason why I love Vancouver being in the West Coast. I mean, you've got palm trees growing out in the coast here. And this is probably the warmest climates, that you can get in Canada. So that's why I chose living here instead of Calgary, where Calgary would be like minus 40, 50 degrees Celsius, and snowing all the time. But I heard it's getting less and less now with the warmer temperatures, but I prefer here better. The
Yes,
quality of life is way better. Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we are the same like that city, Minnesota. We get snow all the time. It's cold and rainy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. Okay, dear. Without further ado, like I want to ask you, you told us about yourself, right?
Yeah.
That was my first question. I want to ask you, how did you hear about this online business and what made you decide?
So I heard about this business, what is it now? It's over about 4.5 years ago. I actually know the founders of their business community who created this system, and I actually know, like I knew him way back, before as a friend, even before doing this business. And then I was just on my, social media, and, I was at the time of my life where I wasn't happy with what I was doing in my career. I mean, my background is in nursing. I mean, I've been a nurse for over 17 years, but uh, for all those healthcare workers that are watching, especially the nurses, shift work is hard. Working weekends, like night shifts, like you name it, it's just really hard in your body, mentally, physically. And I actually like I hurt my body and I've actually burnt out and with my job, and I realized like I can't continue the cycle, can't continue with this type of job because although it's great, it's good money, it was taking a toll. And when you're in your body, you only have one body. It's like you're screwed for the rest of your life. So that's when I came across just sort of successes that they're having in their business. And I just, just was curious and I started looking into it some more. And yeah, that's what sort of started it all off. And then 4.5 years later, this is where I'm at. So
Awesome. I relate to that. I've been working in healthcare industry for almost 9 years now. Currently, I'm not doing anything physical. Just like you said, I had to change. I had to do something.
yeah,
So I don't do physical, but I still work full time. And you know the time. I work 12-hour shift, long
yeah,
shift. Yeah, I relate to that. Uh,
yeah.
have you had any business background prior starting this online business?
No, so like I would say within our community, a large percentage, at least 90% or more people have never had sort of this business sort of background, marketing background. And that's what I love with our training within our business community. It's so extensive. I mean, 4 years ago when I started, the training isn't as extensive as how it is now. I mean, it's to the point that you don't really need a mentor or coach to actually run your business because you have all that information that's accessible 24/7. But the reason why our community and people are successful is because we have mentors, we have coaches, who push each other whenever we have our down moments. Because like with any business, there's always going to be ups and downs. It's a give and take. It's like with brick and mortar businesses, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be down moments, and it's harder when you're in an individual business or you don't have that support because you really have to mentally kind of push yourself. But when you have other business colleagues, which end up turning to be friends, they're the ones that push you when you don't think you can even keep going. So that's one of sort of the benefits I saw with this business, and like it doesn't matter like with people with no experience that anyone can do this. It doesn't matter about your age, your work experience. As long as you are committed, as long as you have the patience and the drive, and are coachable, that's one major thing. Then you'll be successful in this type of business.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's why I joined this online community. That's why
Mm,
we are growing every single day. And now we
yeah,
have almost 82,000 people around the
I
world,
know. Yeah,
all over, because
yeah,
95% is done for us.
yeah,
We
yeah.
can do it from anywhere. Uh,
Yeah, literally when I joined, it was only about I was number 330 people, person that actually did this business because there's about, I'll just explain to people, there's about over 82,000 people that have joined our private Facebook group. Out of that, there's about 20, I think almost reaching 23,000 people who are actually doing the business, and the rest of people are either on the fence or they're just trying to figure out, how to get started in the business. But from 4.5 years ago of having over 300 people doing the business to almost 23,000 globally is a big substantial jump. And it just goes to show you how much people are learning to leverage the online space and our automated system to run a business that allows to be run 24/7, even when people are still working full-time jobs or, multiple part-time jobs. This is, it's feasible. It can work. It's just a matter of, like I said, you have to be driven and motivated if you really want that change.
exactly. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have to have why if we can. I'm so glad every time we hear mastermind about with successful people talking about it, they always say they wish they started early,
yeah,
because it's a really life-changing platform that we have.
it is. Yeah,
Yes. I just want to say hi to our viewers. Hi, Nessie. Uh, thank you so much. Hi, Sir Callan. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, dear.
yeah,
Is there what I know you did say we don't really need skills to start this business. We just have to be coachable,
yeah,
willing to learn.
yeah.
It's not hard at all. It's a video-based
Oh, so I'm
training.
just gonna shut this window because there's
Okay,
just a
so
fire.
no problem. Oh, was it a wind?
No, it's I think a fire truck that was
Oh,
coming
I
by.
see.
So
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I heard. I was gonna say. Okay, dear. Yeah, so you did say it's not like a skill required. You don't have to have
No.
a business background or special skills.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if an 80-year-old person, I mean, we've got 80-year-olds doing this business in our community. If they can do this business, and a lot of them never had technical skills. They didn't even know how to use a phone or like had any much social media stuff. But because their training is so extensive, they have been able to become skillful in those being able to use all the phones and doing videos and posting stuff on their business page. So it is, like I said, it is feasible. It can work out, and I think a lot of it is just your fear of holding yourself back. I mean, I watch a lot of these motivational speakers, and they say that's the number one thing that holds people back is fearing that they're going to fail. I think if you change your mindset and say that, and instead of saying what if I fail, why don't you change that mindset and say what if I succeed? Because the moment you start doing that, then that's when a lot of the changes are going to start happening. So yeah, I don't. When people say like I don't have the ability to do something, I'm always really good at just bringing out the positives out of them, especially when I do coaching calls with potential people that are in the business. And I can tell too, people are not ready. I will tell them bluntly and say that, you know what, you're not ready. Take some time, sit back, just, stay within the community. But once you're ready, then, come back again. Because sometimes if people come into this prematurely, then it will be, they'll, they're not going to be successful. That's the thing. So,
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome. Yes. Uh, yeah, it's very important to be ready for change.
yeah,
We can learn anything. I want to tell you a big thing from this business that I got is personal growth.
yeah,
I don't even like seeing myself on video and now going live. Like I want to share the world like, that there is other option. Like I want
yeah,
to share what I was experiencing. To me, like working 2 jobs to create income for myself. That I thought that was it. That's the only option I had until I
yeah.
find this online space. So we can do it on the side and grow it, or we can work full time. This is really life changing platform that we have.
It is. Yeah, it definitely, and you have to realize, a lot of people have to realize too, the internet is still young. Although, I mean, we still think it's, it isn't, but it's still quite young. And the pandemic has really showed us that a lot of things can be done online. I mean, a lot of people are now working from home. But it sucks because you're still working for somebody else. You're working on somebody's clock. You're working on deadlines, on somebody's deadlines and projects. You're not your own boss where you can set your own time and be like, I want to wake up at 9 o'clock or 10 today instead of 6 o'clock or 7 to get ready for work. It's just, and I realized there's no job security anymore. No matter if you have a permanent job, even if you've been like a senior staff in a job, they can easily let you go in like the next week or so if things change. I mean, things are still unstable with our economy, and people have to wake up and realize that they need to take control again and start finding other ways to bring in extra revenue. I mean, that's how people are successful financially, is that they have multiple streams of revenue coming in. It's not just coming from one source of job. So, and this is what we're hoping to show people that there is this opportunity to work in an online space and do a job like a regular 9 to 5 job if you still like your job. But I find a lot of people, they don't like their 9 to 5 job. They're only in it because it just helps pay their bills and, live paycheck to paycheck. And that majority of people end up quitting their job at some point who are part of our business community and doing this business full time, and then maybe just staying like casual with their part-time job or their full-time job. But that's what I've noticed over the pattern of the 4.5 years I've been part of this business community.
Yeah, it's amazing. You said it all, and also you can work whatever years, like 10 or more years. I still have a family back in Ethiopia, you don't have enough PTO to go stay there longer period of time to
Yeah.
visit with your family. There is only limited time that we get for
Yeah.
working for somebody. Yeah, that's why it's amazing to start your own online business and growing. Like you said, everything is going to digital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Why do we invite people to watch the webinar?
Oh, why? Yeah. So why we invite people is because it's sort of like the first step, to give people the baseline of what the online space is and how this system works. And I use sort of an analogy that, when I went to nursing school, in nursing year one, they only teach you the basics. So that's sort of like the information webinar. And then as you go into year two, year three, year four, they start giving you a bit more information, a bit more knowledge. Whereas like if all of a sudden with the business, if we jump from nursing year one all the way to nursing year four, a lot of things are just gonna go over your head. Like it's just you just don't have the foundation and the knowledge of the baseline knowledge of how an online business works. And so that's why we always tell people to watch to watch the information webinar. I've got friends and family that are interested in doing the business. They're like, Paulo, just like tell me everything. I'm like, I don't want to give you verbal diarrhea because you are not going to remember anything. I'm like, if you don't have an hour and a half or 90 minutes to watch this information webinar, you have no time to do the business because the type of business we do is a long-term business. It's not a quick rich sort of thing. It's long term. And so if you don't have 90 minutes to watch this information webinar, you will not follow any of the training. You'll just deviate. You'll start doing your own thing. And it just shows, for me, I use that as a filter that you're not coachable.
Mm.
And so that's how it is. And so, um, I don't cut any corners with friends and family, and I won't do the same thing for people that I meet in the online space because I want to set them up in a good foundation of being able to get this information at the right steps. So that's why, and I hope I hope that explains it. But
You did explain it.
yeah,
There's no cost to them.
yeah,
When new people watch the webinar, there's no cost to them. It's just educational and
it is.
testimonial where people, tell their successful story,
Yeah,
what they get
yeah.
online. Yeah.
Yeah. And people have to do their due diligence. They have to ask their questions. They can't just jump into things and expect something's going to happen right away. And so that's when you can tell people that aren't ready is when they're just looking for quick answers. And so those are the people that we don't want to work with. Those are people I don't want to work with, and I just turn them away and say, no, this isn't for you. So
Exactly. That's what
yeah,
when we say, when we ready, we ready. I was so ready, like I cannot even, express it enough. I was so ready for change. Was so
yeah,
tired working long hours in one place and working two jobs.
yeah,
I didn't know anybody. Nobody offered me the webinar or anything. I see this ad on my Instagram feed. I registered with my name and email address and
yeah,
watched the webinar. That life changing, very educational. Nobody pushed me. I did it,
yeah,
myself. So
yeah.
amazing. Okay, dear. One more question I have left. I don't want to
Oh
take
yeah.
time. What advice do you give for people who want to start online business but they have doubt?
So the advice is like I mentioned is do your due diligence, attend those webinars or informational webinars and get that information and follow your gut, because your gut is what's going to guide you. It guides you when it tells you not to walk into that dark alley at night. Like it's that sort of feeling that you're like, okay, this is the right thing, and just go with it. And you know what? The information that we're giving, the training is, people who jump in, they have 30 days to check things out too. So it's not like you go in, I mean, because we get people to pay sort of like this one-time fee, which is refundable. But that just sort of serves us so that we can filter out the people that are serious versus not serious. So if you're serious, you have 30 days to check things out, ask away, and go into our private Facebook group and just see all the successes and how people are able to change their lives. So, yeah, for those that are ready for change, I mean, just ask away, and don't be afraid for change, because this can potentially be the opportunity to change your direction in life. Because if you are constantly online trying to find other ways to earn money, there's no harm for 90 minutes. I mean, there's people watch movies, they waste time watching movies on Netflix, on like, or play video games. If you've got time to do that, you've got time to watch something that could change your life. So
Yes, very true. Thank you so much, Paul.
yeah,
Appreciate it all. Katie saying hi.
yeah,
Hi, Katie. Thank you for watching.
yeah.
And for the people who's gonna watch the replay, thank you so much. If you are interested to start online business, you can register to my website, lydiatalahun.com, with your name and email address and watch the 90-minute webinar. Or you can register to Paulo's website. We really appreciate you. I'm done with my question. You have no idea. I appreciate you so much here for coming
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me, Lydia.
so much. You have a great night.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.